Remember, it's just customary that the United States president, or really any head of state, when they go abroad, they are trying to put the best face on their own country. You know, they're trying to be boastful. That's not what we saw this morning. Jim Acosta, it is a high bar for me to ask you if you were surprised by something that the president of the United States said. But to take the petty political plays that are going on here at home and take it to the world stage, was that a surprise to the press corps?
Right. No, not at all, Chris and Poppy. Unfortunately, this was not a surprise at all that the president would take the first question from an American reporter during his foreign trip here, and that it would be from the friendly news media, friendly reporter who teed up a question about CNN. For the president to then go off on CNN as fake news, to me, just made this entire spectacle seem like a fake news conference. This was not an attempt by the president to seek out a question from somebody who was going to challenge him on the issues. David Martosco and I have known each other for a long time. He covered Donald Trump out on the campaign trail. I think he's a really good guy. But in this instance, I think the conservative news media was being used here, and I do think that's unfortunate. A couple of things we do want to point out, though, very quickly. One is the president once again said that Barack Obama did nothing from August to November about Russian meddling. That is simply fake news. President Obama talked to Vladimir Putin at a G20 summit in September about all of this. To say otherwise is simply fake news. Barack Obama went farther, by the way, in that meeting with Vladimir Putin than President Trump is promising to do himself. He's not even promising to bring up election meddling in his bilateral with Vladimir Putin. So for the president to say, well, Barack Obama did nothing, he is at this point promising to do less than nothing on that front. The other thing that was fake news coming from President Trump is when he said, well, I keep hearing it's 17 intelligence agencies that say Russia meddled in the election. I think it's only 3 or 4. Where does that number come from? Where is this 3 or 4 number come from? My suspicion, Chris and Poppy, is that if we go to the administration and ask them for this question, I'm not so sure we're going to get an answer. And if we do get an answer, it'll probably be off camera.
And Jim, just